Okay, there has been a second wave of COVID, a new strain, one that is very quickly making its way across the globe. It started in China, and we've just had a news that says that it's appearing in America. Now, when Trump rose to power in the end of January this year, he very quickly withdrew America from the World Health Organization. Now, when you do that, it takes effect immediately, right? But you have to continue paying into it for a year. So by the end of January 2026, they will officially no longer be part of the World Health Organization. But as of right now, the World Health Organization are trying to politically get him to reassess and reevaluate. They have a whole year to get him to reevaluate his decision before they can no longer intervene at all in the United States of America. Now, the problem is, with this rise of this new strain of COVID, we have a problem. If this becomes a new pandemic, a global pandemic like the very first one, and we have to go into a global lockdown like we did the first time, and the United States of America are no longer part of the World Health Organization, they don't communicate with anybody. They don't have to. The World Health Organization have no say, they have no power, they have no ability to track or trace the disease inside of the states. They cannot control it. And the people inside America have no voice. They have no access to extra health, to health and to health services. They will lose a lot of power health-wise. And it's bad enough in America when you're sick in America, it's bad enough. I mean, seriously, it's bad enough. But without the World Health Organization, it's going to get 10 times worse, because, especially inside a pandemic, because without them, you're going to have no access to everything and anything that will happen on the world stage. So if they manage to get a new vaccine, or if they create a new way of dealing with it, America will not be eligible to have that vaccine. They will not be eligible for any of it, because it's for the rest of the world, any of those who are in part of who. Now, America has been a massive part of the World Health Organization for a long time. With their withdrawal, it's going to have a massive impact. And it really will have a massive impact on everybody. Make no mistakes, it'll impact everybody, but it'll impact the people of America the worst, because it'll affect your healthcare. And if there is another pandemic, another lockdown, nobody in the world will trust you anymore, because we won't be able to track and trace the disease. You won't be eligible for any help, any healthcare, anything from anybody. There will be no country who will be legally or diplomatically responsible for you. If we are considered friendly towards each other, we might be allowed to communicate and help each other out. But it's still iffy. If it gets too severe, nobody's going to want America anywhere near them. And when we're all going through all this, and we're all talking, and the world politics is all dealing with it, and the World Health Organization and the CDC are talking and dealing and out and doing everything they're doing, and trying to help the rest of the world, America is going to be on the decline. Because America isn't getting any of the help that we're all getting. You know, and I know there are a lot of people out there saying COVID isn't real, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care what you say, I don't care what you think. I'm not interested. You can believe whatever you like, I don't care. But these are the facts. if there is another global pandemic and if we go into lockdown, you will get no help from anybody. None. The World Health Organization will not be legally or diplomatically capable of actually helping you. You are actually out, you are within the year, you've got what, about 8 months left before you're legally out of the, less than that. 6 months left before you're legally, 7 months maybe, before you're legally out of the World Health Organization. Legally out of the World Health Organization. Unless they can actually get the orange man that is Donald Trump to renegotiate or reconsider, you know, and reinstate America into the World Health Organization within the next 6-7 months. But as it stands right now, because I did check, and I had to check because I had to be sure, as it stands right now, they are not part of the World Health Organization. Because on the 30th of January, he signed an executive order and removed America from the World Health Organization, and it became effective immediately. It takes a year of financial whatevers before it becomes official, because you have to pay out for a year afterwards. So they've got a year to play diplomat and try to get you to reconsider, but you are officially not in the World Health Organization. So they don't have to help you. They are legally not bound to you. They're not allowed to intervene and intercept. If this becomes a global pandemic and we go into lockdown, they can't help you. Nobody can help you. You are on your own and you have no voice. That's exactly what it said. You as a people in America have no voice and you're on your own. The thing is though, once we all come out of lockdown, you lot, we have no idea what's going on with you. We can't communicate with you about what's going on. We have no idea if any of what you say is true, because we can't trust anything you say, because quite frankly, you've got MAGAs spouting everything that Trump says is absolute, you know, godsend. You know, you got the reporters saying anything and everything that Trump wants you to say. You can't trust anything that comes out of America's mouth. You just can't. In the world that we live in, you cannot trust anything an American says. Anything that comes out of America, you can't even trust anymore, as far as the rest of the world goes. And it's a really sad state. It's a really sad thing to have to say. But you can't. So when we all come out of lockdown, or if it gets to the point where we all go into lockdown, when it gets to the point where we all come back out of lockdown, we will not be able to trust anything that comes from America. So what will happen is that America will go on a global block list, and you will not be allowed to travel outside of America, because we won't be able to trust that you've got this disease under control, and you will be stuck on your own, and we will have to rely solely on, hopefully maybe try and work things out. Maybe if there's a country friendly with you, you might be able to talk to them, maybe organise something. But without the World Health Organization, you are screwed if this becomes a pandemic. And I can see it happening. And I feel really sorry for the people. And to a point, I kind of feel sorry for the MAGAs, because they've been led down the garden path. And they're going to come up on my comments section saying, America is great, COVID isn't real, you're blah blah, you're uneducated, you're this, you're that. And they will, because that's what they do. They come all up in my comment section telling me I'm wrong and I'm uneducated and I don't know what I'm talking about. And America is great and there's nothing wrong in America and the orange man is amazing, because that's what they do. And that's fine. And there'll be loads of comments telling me that COVID isn't real, which is fine. You can all believe that, I don't care. My sisters and I have both had it, have all had it. My mum's had it. My friends have all had it. We've all been really lucky. But, you know, I still don't have a sense of smell. I don't have a taste, maybe. It's weird. But, you know, I've lost my sense of smell and my sense of taste. But it's weird, even after all this time. It is strange. But you know, there is this concept that you don't have to believe it's real, you don't have to like it, you don't have to trust that America is on the downfall or that the Orange Man is screwing you over. It's a fact, and I really hope that we can either get this new strain under control before it becomes a pandemic, or America has just destroyed itself. Oh, and I did read something about child age, dependent age is now at 7. So if you've got a child aged 7 and above, you no longer allowed food stamps or something. I thought that was a bit weird. It's like, huh? I read it briefly. I thought that was strange. I didn't quite get it. It's like, what on earth? Your welfare system's gone downhill that badly that the age of dependency is now 7? That it's kind of funny though, because what that did to me was prove to me one thing: your working laws that he destroyed a while back is going to come into play. You know, he destroyed he removed all the child working laws a while back, so that factory owners and other workers could allow their teenagers to work till like midnight. That'll move to like child labour. I can see it happening. He's moving you lot back to the Victorian era, you know, when you had like child labour and, you know, things like that. You lot will be in workhouses soon. I can absolutely go, oh, you can see it happening slowly but surely. There'll be like workhouses soon. It's almost ridiculous when you kind of sort of watch history repeat itself. We're living in an era where history is kind of repeating itself, and segregation laws have been removed. In schools, 60-year-old laws have actually been removed. I read that too. I saw it on European news. And I actually read a few articles I actually saw it in the White House news as well. Donald Trump's actual thing, he's done it. Your parliamentary things, and I saw it like European news and whatever things, it's actually come out. He's actually done it. He's removed the segregation laws. I'm like, what? I saw it coming. He's actually doing all of this. He's actively taking you lot right back to the Victorian era and beyond. Segregation is back. You know, child labour is back. You know, and you sit there and you go, oh my days. My son is finding all this. I mean, not only does he find it highly amusing, because I don't know why, but he's always had a big issue with Americans. I think it's the same issue he has with the French. But as far as he's concerned, he's English and he should have an issue with the French, because the French and the English are enemies, are like frenemies. Well, he calls them frenemies because we're friends and we're enemies between the English and the French. So he has to have an issue with the French. But he finds the Americans too obnoxious, was his word, and loud and arrogant, according to my son. So the fact that all this is happening to you, he finds quite amusing, which is kind of sad when my 21-year-old ASD son finds what's happening to Americans funny, because he thinks that Americans are obnoxious, arrogant and loud. That is how he sees Americans. And I sit there and I go, oh, okay. And nothing I say has changed his mind, even though I was actually at school with a few Americans. I've been friends with Americans for years. People I've known for a long time, and they're lovely people. But he sees Americans as obnoxious, arrogant and loud. His words. So he finds this really funny. My mum is disgusted at my son for that. But my mum doesn't my mum finds it difficult to associate herself with my son. She can't bond with him very well. She struggles with him. So that's fine. Yeah, it is odd that he loves the fact that he's actually alive and witnessing history repeat itself, and actually witnessing history that he's only read about or heard about. He's actually seeing it unfold and actually witnessing it. He's loving that. He thinks it's amazing that over in America, he's actually witnessing history unfold, witnessing history that he's only ever read about, heard about. He's actually witnessing it all unfold. He is absolutely loving that. He thinks it's incredible that he gets to witness history unfold on Americans, and he thinks it's even better that it's unfolding over in America. He doesn't like the fact that there are certain things happening over here that shouldn't be. But he does like the fact that our king, he's very much a royalist, my son. He has a real big thing for the royals. A bit like my partner does, I don't quite get it. Both my son and my partner are big royal fans. Not that fussed. But they're both big royal fans, and he loves the fact that our king is standing up for us. He loved our queen. He loved good Queen Liz. He loved her, thought she was amazing for our country. When she died, he was like, I'm never going to call him the king. He's not our king. And then he started standing up for us. And now he's like, go King Charles III. He loves him now. So, yeah. He hates what the Prime Minister is doing. He loves our king because he's actually getting in there and telling him off. It's great. What happens in my house is kind of amazing. Sometimes the conversations that happen in my house sometimes get kind of interesting. You should hear it sometimes. It gets a little insane in this house. Yeah. My son is a big politics person. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go. Take care of yourselves. Okay. Brain stopped working for a second. Take care of yourselves, okay? Bye.